Okay, everyone, this is Terry and I am back. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm doing I am repotting some Bobos that I got at Hausermann'S last December when I was there, over there for their, I believe it was their open house. Maybe not their open house, but it was just around Christmas time. These Bobos were in bloom. I won't talk too much about them, as I'm saying I am dubbing over the video, obviously. Technical glitch. So at this point in the video, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I have several options: potting them up, possibly even mounting them at this stage, because of the other Bobo, the one that I'm setting off, being so well grown and wandering. So I'm starting with the one that's compact. I believe this is Bulbophyllum kalapong. The other is my Shirikurizaki, and I could have them mixed up. As I've already said, I am dubbing this, so I'm not sure. I don't remember what I said in the video. Pardon my clumsiness or my technical difficulties, as always. So what I know that I am saying is that the other one grew a lot better. This one definitely needed a repot. The media was very desiccated, although the roots still seem to be fine, although they are dry. It did produce numerous growths. They are small in comparison to the last season's growths, but there were multiple growth points. You can see I'm pointing them out. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one on the other side. So I am planning on providing this Bobo a little more moisture. It does seem like it needed a little bit more. So I will add a little more sphagnum moss to the media. As I said, these were blooming. These are fall-winter blooming Bulbophyllums. I have them hanging in the greenhouse, towards the middle of the greenhouse, near a heater. Not near a heater, it's near a humidifier, so it gets a lot of air movement. I try to water it once a week. So at this point, I am going to pot it in this little bulb tray that is shallow and wide to accommodate the wandering growths, which Bobos are so famous for. And as I am saying at this point, that the rim is a little wider than normal pots, and also the width, the depth of the pot is shallow, so the media has less of a chance to get soggy in between the bottom of the pot and the top of the pot. If that makes any sense. Bobos have very fine roots, so anywho, I'm trying to situate it in the pot, making sure that the growth points are going in opposite directions, and setting it up. As I said, it already has the peanuts in the bottom, so I'm just sort of tucking in the bark, which is just plain bark. There is a little bit of charcoal in there, but not much. And I'm going to add a little bit of sphagnum moss because, as I said previously, earlier in the video, I'm trying to provide a little more moisture. Hopefully will help the next growth period with the pseudobulbs getting a little bit more plumper, retaining a little bit more moisture. And so I'm just tucking in the sphagnum underneath the new growths, making sure that the roots that are there, which are very fine, has the media there available. And then I'm going to cover that in, tucking it in lightly with the bark, sort of as a top dress. And I know I'm saying that it probably would be a good idea to put some rhizome clips, because the plant is floppy and could use more stability as far as the plant being more intact on the media. But I think it will be fine. I perhaps will stake it up. I will stake both of them up once it gets established. I don't want to mess with it too much at this stage. And as I water it in, it will get more firm in the pot. That is my Sherry Kurizaki, which is a cross. Both of these are crosses, and I'm showing you how the roots are right on top of the media. And as I said, as I'm saying now, I will stake some of the newer growths up once it gets established. So moving on to the next one, and I will post pics. This is the Kalimpong, which you can see there, gluculatum times something else. And you can tell the difference in the media, a lot more moist. Roots look a little greener, pseudobulbs plumper. Perhaps it's very humusy smelling, very much in need of a repot. That was a rotted bulb, and I just went ahead and yanked it off because it was going to rot anyway. But yeah, you can see that media was the exact opposite of the other. That other was not retaining moisture. This one is retaining just a tad too much. Although in this case, it seems like it's more of a benefit than a detriment to the plant, as the size of the pseudobulbs do appear to be similar in size as the previous year's growths. So gently teasing the roots away from the spent media and pointing out the newer growths, and also the latest growth that's on top of a new growth. So yeah, and as I said before, these are fall winter blooming, more so winter blooming Bulbophyllums. They like moisture pretty much all year round. I would say they had no difference in frequency from spring through the winter, once a week for the most part. So yeah, nice roots, big nice clump of a plant, putting it in a bigger bulb pan. I was considering mounting it due to the wandering nature over there on that kulog that you can see over there to the left, but it does seem to be growing upright. And as I mentioned before, I will go back and stake the plant up once it gets established. So I'm sitting the plant in the middle, and taking some bark to firm it in, which is over the peanuts, of course. No, sphagnum is in first. Yes, I'm putting sphagnum in. No, that's bark. I'm sorry, it's bark. Get it together. See, this is what happens when you have to go behind, and because you have technical malfunctions. But I'm a work in progress still. So now I'm putting some sphagnum, which is moistened, tucking it in under those newer growths where the roots are hanging out there, giving them a little bit more extra moisture rather than the bark. So yeah, and obviously I won't be able to hang them up in the same spot, although I could possibly I might be able to hang them up. Honestly, I think I do have a larger size of those pot hangers, so that will work just fine. Bobos, for me, I like to try to keep them, besides the ones that are on the shelf, because there is no water dripping down on them. I try to keep them hanging as much as I can, because they just resent water dripping down from other plants onto their leaves. So same with Phalaenopsis, although there are some that I have that are subject to that, and you can tell by their leaves that they just don't like it at all. But that's the best that I can do. So yeah, I'm just tapping it in. I did put a little bit of bark over some of the sphagnum, just to firm it in. And as I said with the other mounting, or the repot, that when I water it in, it will firm the plant in even more. Just the moisture will weigh the plant down. And you can see I've got the growths pointing out over the edge, and there's other growths coming out in different directions. And you can see the media is not covering the base of it's right at the base of the pseudobulbs, and no pseudobulbs are covered. And that is my repot, folks. Hopefully you learned something. As I said, I will put up, I will probably stake them, and I will put up a little card up there so that you can see the video at Hausermann'S where I bought these almost a year ago in December. And thanks for watching, folks. Enjoy your orchids. Bye.